What's up, you guys? It's that time. Live listen party for a fairy tale. I got all my magical fucking unicorns up in here. We'll tweet about it in a second. Everybody else tweet for us. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your grandma, tell her aunt, tell everybody that we are live and we're coming out of both headphones as well. Fuck yeah.
Oh.
I am joined this episode. It is so special. It's special for like two reasons. One, there's musical numbers in this episode, and we're going to talk a lot about that in the after show. We got stories. We have so many stories. But two, this is so exciting because I have the one, the only, the king of podcasting himself, and one of my best friends, Delvin Cox, is here. What's up, Mr. Cox?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Crystal? That is correct. She is one of my best friends, one of the best people I know. I'm super excited to hear this episode. Musical numbers, I'm going to be here for it. I usually don't like musicals, but I have complete faith in you that this is going to be awesome.
It is. And you know what? The best part about it is, too, if like people don't like musicals, it's fine because it's two musical numbers just in a very long episode. So I think it'll work. I think it'll be a little earworm. And then if you don't like it, you don't like it. We don't care, but we tried something new and we're very proud.
I think it's dope.
Yeah.
Great idea. Also, we are chasing after a unicorn.
I know.
That is cool.
Isn't that fucking cool? Yes.
That is cool.
Yes. What do you think? What have you thought about the first two episodes of A Fairy Tale so far? Because I haven't actually gotten to talk to you about it.
Yeah, that is crazy. We haven't really talked about it.
We've been busy, bro. We've been so
we really have. I got sick. Then I got better. Then everybody else got sick. Like, oh Lord, Jesus, everything's going on. And then episode 300 was great, but planning for that was a lot.
Listen, everybody, y'all need to listen to the Delvin Cox Experience. Delvin is on a one-man mission to unite our culture through diversity. He is a fantastic interviewer. He has an amazing podcast. If you are not listening to the Delvin Cox Experience, if you are not subscribed on your podcast network of choice, if you have not left him a 5-star review, you are fucking up at life. I said what I said. Go and do this right now. How was it for 300 episodes? How was that?
It was amazing, to say the least. You don't really realize how much people appreciate you and appreciate the work you put in the podcast. With the exception of Crystal. Everybody tell Crystal how much they love her. Crystal's amazing. Crystal's the best, literally. Like, this is a special thing. So, but with me, when I was doing episode 300 and hearing the response from people who were sending messages about how much they appreciate the show and how it got them through hard times, it meant a lot to me.
I love that you got those messages. I really, really do, because as much as you have been kind of my fanboy, king of the fan club, I am a huge fan of you, sir, and I'm so goddamn busy and ADHD, the neurospicy, I completely forgot to send you in my message. So I'm going to tell you right now, I love your show. I think it is so special. I have listened to numerous episodes that have given me a different perspective or that I have just enjoyed that has kept my crazy ass brain focused. You just have a talent as an interviewer, and you need to have your own goddamn TV show so you can just interview people, and one day we're going to make that happen. So I think
that would be great.
Yeah, wouldn't it? I think it is wonderful that you have 300 episodes. That is crazy. So congratulations to you, Delvin, and thank you for just being who you are and being an amazing man.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I can't wait till we're having this conversation and you're at 300 episodes. You have your TV shows, you have your movies, and that's one of the things I like about this podcast in particular. It feels like something I would watch on like Disney Plus. Like, how they have the section, section where they're like, hey, we have like PG stuff, but this is like the PG-13 stuff. Like, Disney Plus has that now. They have the section like, okay, we have the kids stuff over here, but hey, come over here a little bit closer. Hey, we got the Deadpool over here. We got the Wolverine over here. We got a little bit of darker Marvel movies over here as well that you can check out. I feel like this would be over there.
Absolutely.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, well, I think Fairy Tale could sit in the wholesome section, but we've got some other shows that I don't even know would be on Disney Plus.
No, some of those would be on Playboy or
like HBO, Cinemax, whatever.
Cinemax.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, that's a different after show. All right, y'all ready to listen to this episode?
I'm excited.
Let's do it. Everybody, here is A Fairy Tale for Adults, episode 3.
Are you tired of listening to ads and just want the story? Well, with the Tales of the Forgotten membership, you'll get ad-free episodes of all of our shows like this one, and you'll be supporting the creators and stories you love. Go to talesoftheforgotten.com/membership. But since we like to spoil you, a Tales of the Forgotten membership also offers bonus content like character audio files, artwork, exclusive shows, first looks at scripts, and a whole lot more. So go to talesoftheforgotten.com/membership or click the link in the description.
Pulled from the Forgotten Archives, A Fairy Tale for Adults, Episode 3.
Oh, hi! Welcome back. Don't worry, you haven't missed much. Colin's footsteps aren't quite so stompy now, but the silence between the Crofts isn't comfortable, and the path that the Crofts are walking down doesn't make much sense to them. I might be biased, but the Forest of Stormall is one of the most beautiful places ever. Trees of all shapes and sizes, though most are tall and majestic. Their canopies thick and colorful. They've been a part of this world for eons. Oh yes, they are that old. But back to this trail. At one point, the zigzagging path looped all the way around a tree, and then another tree for no discernible reason before it continued on deeper into the forest. You can just imagine what that did to Colin's expression. A little over an hour later, Naya stopped, leaning up against one of the trees to take a break and consult the map.
They didn't even give us any supplies. How long is this going to take?
Colin.
Well, nothing makes any sense here, Naya. The path that loops around the trees? I mean, look at this. Why is it just weaving? Why? Why doesn't it just go straight?
Maybe it's gay.
Colin stopped his pacing and arm flailing and looked at his wife. She slowly raised her eyes from the map to meet his gaze. And then...
I'm sorry. I don't understand how we're here, how any of this is real.
Well, we're in a different dimension, and I don't know how to begin to wrap my head around that.
You're handling it a lot better than I am.
I'm focusing on the problem, on what I can, because the other way lies madness.
Don't go crazy. Not here. The Mad Hatter might appear.
Did you just make a joke?
Yes, I did. But also, not ruling that out, because this place is...
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything on the map?
My map skills are admittedly rusty, thanks to GPS, and this looks like it was drawn by one of the kids.
Oh, that good, huh?
Come look at this.
Is that a river?
Maybe. So this is the stone circles, okay, where we came in.
Mm-hmm. And this is the trail we've been taking because you took the path on the right.
So that means we're kind of close to the river.
So if we continue gaily forward, yes, I think so.
Unicorns need water, right?
Smart lady you are.
Naya smiled at Colin, and Colin smiled back. Oh, they even held each other's gazes. Slowly, Naya looked away, rolling the map back up. Colin cleared his throat, took a step forward.
I wonder if we'll get looped around another tree for the heck of a...
Oh dear. Poor Colin didn't notice the tree branch on the ground, the one that was inching closer to them. The branch wrapped itself around Colin's leg and hoisted him into the air.
Oh my God, Colin!
Naya moved quick, looking everywhere she could think of for a switch or a lever or something. She was also mindful where she was stepping, paying closer attention to the ground and the trees around them. What neither of them could hear, yet, was the very loud conversation the trees were having.
What's this? What is this? Oh, it's a human!
Human.
A human!
A human. Ah, yes, I remember. With our leaves and deep within our roots, we heard. They are on a quest to find the
Unicorn! The unicorn! They don't deserve to see the unicorn.
Maybe, maybe not. I heard some things I would have rather not.
The other one.
Tell us.
What about the
Tell us
other
about the other
one?
She's pretty. I like her, but she was mean.
What?
Mean.
Ah, she was mean. They both were.
I remember. It's a shame. Do you think they will?
Remember.
They will, in time.
Hey, can I shake him? I want to shake him.
Why?
Yeah, well, if he giggles, then I will let him go. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yes, agreed.
What the? Stop shaking me!
He's not.
Oh my God, Colin!
He's not laughing.
Colin, hang on!
He seems distressed.
There's nothing to hang on to!
He didn't giggle. He didn't laugh. Can you believe it? That's so sad.
He's a grown-up, don't you see?
What?
Sometimes they live in misery.
Oh,
But wait, there's something else.
I sense.
A laugh?
I feel it in my roots.
too.
And you?
I do. I sense it too. I will let him down.
But they first must speak from their hearts, lest they want the unicorn to run away when it sees them. And they become trapped here forever.
It stopped. Oh, it stopped. You're okay. Whew. All right. I can't see any lever. Colin, do you have a pocket knife?
Nope. Left it in the damn car.
I don't have one either. And
What's so funny?
it's not funny. It's not. It really is not. But you kind of just got flung around by a tree.
There's got to be some kind of contraption or something somewhere. Maybe I can try swinging to grab the base of the tree.
It was a sight, poor Colin, wiggling around like a fish out of water, trying to generate some kind of momentum to move himself. As soon as he tried, the young oak tree, a playfully mischievous one, began shaking Colin again.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Stop!
Somebody!
Stop!
Help!
Stop!
Someone help!
Okay. Whew. It stopped. It stopped again. Crap. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't move.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't like it when you do that.
It? You mean the tree?
That's what's holding you.
It's got to be a trap attached to some kind of lever. Someone has to be here doing this. Trees don't just grab people.
Colin,
What?
think about what you just said.
That it's a trap?
Trees don't just grab people.
They don't.
In our world. And where are we?
Oh, for the love of... You stupid tree, put me down!
Probably not how you should talk to the tree that's got you suspended above ground. Just a thought.
You know what? I'm so done with this nonsense. But just leave me here. Go find the unicorn, whatever.
I'm not going to leave, Colin.
You already did. Should be easy.
Excuse me?
You know what? Forget it.
Hey, we both agreed to this break. We agreed for ourselves. For the kids.
6 months is a pretty long break, Naya.
Yeah, it is. Glad you noticed.
You think I didn't notice?
I don't know what I thought. You didn't come after me.
What? You wanted me to chase you?
That's not... No, that's childish. That's not what I wanted, okay? I wanted, I don't know, to feel like my absence mattered. that we really were better together and not apart, but I don't know how to fix anything. Not you stuck in this tree, not our marriage. I don't know.
Do you still want to?
What did you say? I can't hear you.
Do you still want to? Our marriage. Us.
Do you?
I mean, yeah, if you do. I know the fighting got not fun, not like when we usually are, but I notice when you're not there. And I miss you, and I'm sorry if you thought I was just okay with you being gone. I was just trying to
Figure things out.
Yeah.
I miss you too.
Yeah? Well, how could you not? I'm clearly quite a catch, judging by how this tree is treating me.
How are we going to get you down?
I don't know. Ask nicely?
Okay, go for it.
What, me?
Yes, it's got you. Talk to it.
We just talk. To a tree.
You act like you've never played make-believe before.
That wasn't my deal when the kids were little. It was yours.
Right, but when you did play, you were good at it.
That's what fathers do.
Not all fathers have the kind of imagination that you used to have.
Entertaining the kids is a whole lot different than talking to a tree.
Well, what else is there? I mean, you used to play the piano.
Let's not bring that up.
Fine, but we have to try something. So you just need to lean into it. Whatever this is, this world we're in, it's magical. It wants us to teach the kids about magic, whatever that means. You can't logic your way out of this.
When I find whomever is controlling this tree through a perfectly logical mechanism, I am going to give you the biggest I told you so.
I'm not holding my breath waiting for that.
Fine, fine. Hi! Tree? Can you put me down? Please?
It was a good attempt, but nothing happened.
See? Not working.
You can't just say one thing and give up.
What do you want me to do? Make it rhyme?
Do I look like the expert in getting the magical tree in the magical forest to let my husband go?
Actually, yes. You're the one who used to be a writer.
Let's not go there.
Fine.
Fine.
Here in the forest of Stormall, the trees know all.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah, not my best work.
What kind of magic do we use in this magical forest? Colin, I know you don't like to talk about it, but what was that song you made for Ethan when he couldn't sleep?
Naya.
Didn't it go something like...
The moment the soft tones of Naya's humming filled the air, the leaves on the branches began to glow.
Did you see that?
What? See what?
You have to open your eyes.
I'm getting a headache being suspended like this.
What was the song?
I don't do that anymore, Naya.
Colin, please. Just one bar. Hum it.
Fine. Fine.
And this time, there was no denying it. The leaves on the trees began to glow again, brighter this time.
Oh my God.
It worked. You see? It's magic. Colin, you have to sing to it.
I'm not singing to it.
Do you want to get down or not?
I don't know what to say. I never wrote any words to that song.
Tell me what you see. Hey, just look at me.
This can't be happening.
Well, it is happening. So, try it, please.
Okay. Tell me what all of this means. There's magic in the tree. No, I can't.
Why?
I can't do this.
Human? Why do you resist belief?
What does it say about me? As a dad? As a husband? None of this is a dream. There are things I thought I let go, but seeing this, I don't know.
It's okay. Just breathe. Just breathe.
As his words were carried to the trees, gently, ever so gently, Colin was lifted upright. And what a sight he could see.
Naya, the trees, they're glowing. I can see them. I can hear them.
Yeah, me too. Wow.
Tell me what all of this means. Is this what happens when you believe?
You have the answers you need.
You always did.
And you always will.
Is this what happens when you believe?
Do you believe?
Do you believe? Around them, the forest was alight with the trees gently swaying to the music created by Naya and Colin. And once more, gently, of course, far more gently than when he was scooped up, Colin was placed back on the ground. Naya immediately hugged him, and Colin tightly hugged her back, the tears running unchecked from his eyes.
Oh, it's okay, Colin. I got you. I got you. It's okay.
A short while later, after Naya and Colin had a moment to collect themselves, they began their quest again. The trees were no longer glowing, but Naya and Colin were positive they could hear the soft singing whispers all around them as they walked. And they're walking hand in hand.
What's funny?
I'm just wondering, do the trees in our world sound like this, you think?
I have no idea, and that's really weird to entertain that thought. We know trees can communicate via their root systems, so...
Who's to say they're not singing to each other?
Look, if this is a ploy to get me to sing to trees when we get home, it's not happening.
Oh, really? Still in denial.
I don't know what I am, but I'm not ready to give the forest a concert.
Yet.
Colin didn't answer, but there was a very suspicious smile on his face. Still hand in hand, I might add, Colin and Naya continued down the zigzagging, sometimes looping path until they heard the faint sounds of conversation. And maybe even someone crying?
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I don't think that's the trees.
Someone in trouble?
Maybe? Anything goes here, apparently.
Come on.
Slowing their pace and being a bit more cautious, Colin and Naya moved closer to the sounds until, abruptly, a clearing appeared. One moment there were trees and more trees. The next, as if someone simply pulled aside a curtain, a beautiful clearing appeared. The grass was wavy, though not too tall. An abundance of butterflies flitted about. The smells of honeysuckle and wildflowers carried on the playful breeze.
Naya, are those?
I think so.
Sitting in a circle in this beautiful field was the weekly meeting of imaginary friends. It was a very important meeting. It was run by Sparks the teddy bear, a wonderful old bear who was missing one eye and looked a little rough around the edges. But Sparks still had all their stuffing, so don't you worry. Seated with Sparks was a stuffed rabbit with a long ear that looked chewed on, and a small stuffed pig wearing a crown so clearly it was the princess. And sitting next to the princess was what looked to be an old cougar.
I'm just so sad.
Aw, hey. Your feelings are valid.
They don't talk to me anymore. All I do now is sit on the shelf and get dusty. I really miss them, and I'm worried about them too. Their parents are separated. They're coming out as non-binary. I want to be there for them, but they won't. They won't talk to me anymore. It's like they can't hear me.
All around the group, there were sympathetic expressions and small nods of agreement.
Friends, unfortunately, when we do work over there, we know one day this will happen. The day they no longer believe they can talk to us, or that they can hear us.
It's not fair. Just because some stupid adult tells them to grow up, they cast us aside. I was there for them when they cried at night, when they were scared. I played with them. They were my friend too, and they just stopped being my friend, and they didn't even say goodbye.
I know. It's a sad day, but you have to think of the good times.
We had so much fun together.
Even after everything that happened so far, this was still very strange to Colin and Naya. But the longer Naya looked at the stuffed pig and heard the emotional words, the more it began to jog something in Naya's memory.
Oh my God.
What?
I'm going to go talk to them.
What? Why? Naya, wait!
Hi! I'm so sorry to interrupt. Are you Allie Croft's, friend?
Colin and Naya were unprepared for the fearful expressions that appeared on every single stuffed animal's face. Some clutched at each other. They were so afraid to see the pair.
We're so sorry. We didn't mean to scare you. We promise we won't hurt you.
We don't usually see adults at these meetings.
I know. Actually, I don't know, but I'm sorry if we're not supposed to be here.
We were just following the path.
I know you. You did this. You made Allie not talk to me anymore.
Me?
Yes. You were mad at her, and I quote, "When are you going to start acting your age?" And then she did, and now...
Damn. I'm sorry. Really.
Where we come from, we didn't know that...
I mean, you're alive over here, sure, but you can't be alive over there, in my world, right?
Well, that depends on whether or not you believe we are. Over there, when you're young and the world looks the way it's supposed to, with your minds open to everything, even things you folks might think impossible, you can hear us, and we can hear you, and everything's wonderful. But after a few years, it stops, because you stop believing.
That can't be right. Magic isn't real over there.
You don't get to tell me I don't exist. Not here, you don't. You're mean and I don't like you.
Easy now, Princess. Look, Mr. Colin, Magic is real everywhere. It just has different rules in some places. But it's real as you and me.
Wait, how did you know my name?
I told him all about you because Allie told me all about you.
She talked to you about us?
Duh. Friends tell each other everything.
What did she say about us?
Well, friends don't snitch either, Mr. Grumpy Pants. And I'm mad at you because you're the reason I might have to leave.
Leave?
Princess means they have to return here. And soon, because Allie doesn't believe in them anymore.
Oh. Does Allie know you're leaving her?
Oh, now you care, mister. You have to grow up.
So, when kids stop believing, you come here?
Usually.
I used to have a frog. I named him B. Did he come here?
Let me think. Oh, yes. Yes, I remember. Only once. Then he returned.
He returned?
Well, he said he wanted to watch you grow up, and it didn't matter that you didn't believe in him anymore. He said he loved you, and he wanted to be there in case one day you changed your mind.
But I never changed my mind. What happened to him?
I'm really sorry, Miss Naya. If he never came here, and you stopped believing in him over there, he likely passed on. It's hard for us to exist in a place that doesn't believe in us, same as it is for you. But for us, eventually we just fade away.
Poor Naya. A truly devastated expression came to her face, and she sank down in that grass. And because it's what they do, what they love to do, the circle of imaginary friends stopped being afraid and instead came closer to Naya, a little closer still, until every one of them was hugging some part of her. Colin sat behind his wife, and while this was still hard for him, he couldn't help but remember a friend he'd had what felt like so long ago. And there was an old, childlike ache in his heart, as Colin wondered what happened to his friend, too. I know, dear listener. You're an adult. There's fact, and there's fiction. But even you need someone to believe in you. And maybe you know the pain when no one does. And that doesn't mean that you have to believe in everything for it to exist. But there are some things, some very, very important things, that small, gentle parts of you wishes you could experience again. You could. You absolutely could, if you just believed. Welcome into the group now. Colin and Naya sat with the imaginary friends for the rest of their meeting. They listened, they laughed, they even cried, yes, even Colin, as their imaginary friends told their stories of friendship and loss, of fun and laughter, and the sadness they feel when it eventually stops. When the meeting was over, one by one, the imaginary friends took their own paths into the forest. Some to stay in Karstium, others to return in hopes their friends will believe in them again one day. Do you know where your friend is?
Princess.
Yes?
Don't give up on Allie. Not yet. Please.
I'd never leave Allie. She's my friend.
Thank you, Princess. And look, I'm sorry. I didn't know how it all worked.
You mean you forgot?
Yeah, maybe I did.
Well, do better, Mr. Adult.
So, where are you two going?
We don't really know. We're trying to find the unicorn.
We think if we start down by the river, we'd have better luck.
The unicorn? Oh, the quest. Good luck.
That's it. Do you know where it is?
Yep.
Can you tell us?
Nope.
Why?
Because you only see the unicorn when you're ready. And well, maybe you are. We'll see. Good luck.
With a tiny wave of their stuffed arm, Sparks the teddy bear disappeared.
How? How can they just disappear? It's wild. Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I was just thinking about B.
You didn't know, Naya.
Maybe I did. Maybe on some level we all do, and we ignore it. You know what? Never mind. Let's just try and find the river.
Naya stood up, and once again, Colin offered his hand. Without hesitation, Naya took it, and once more, the Crofts followed that nonsensical path through the forest. They walked in silence, and were disturbed no more by the magical beings of the forest. It wasn't until abruptly, well, for them, time is an odd thing in Karstium. Night once more fell over the land. Luckily for them, tiny glow bugs fluttered about, and brightly colored mushrooms dotted the path, making it easy for them to see. Their map-reading skills were proven correct because the peaceful sounds of a river announced its presence before they saw it.
Think we could drink from it?
In a magical forest.
What could go wrong?
Don't worry, dear listeners, you don't have to hold your breath. Nothing goes wrong, yet Colin and Naya took handfuls of the crisp, cool water and drank to their heart's content.
I don't see a unicorn. I don't see any tracks either. Not that I know what unicorn tracks look like.
Naya didn't respond. Her gaze wandered over the forest, and she laughed when a tiny glow bug landed on her nose, winked at her, and fluttered away. But her laughter died off quickly, and a pensive, almost troubled look appeared on her face. Colin was quick to notice.
What's wrong? Oh God, is it the water?
No, I'm fine. Except, I'm not fine. Colin, look at this place. They're right. Raziel, God, Kris Kringle, they're right.
What do you mean?
Don't you see? We've never once asked those kids what their vision is. We've never taught them how to manifest it or whatever the hell that even means. We just push them into a system we know is rotten, and sometimes it's even downright evil. We don't show them a better way because we don't even know. And we're too proud and too tired to look because we're the adults after all.
The system is in place, Naya. They've got to exist in it. What else are we supposed to do?
We taught them how to navigate it, but we didn't encourage them to make it better, to make it different, or hell, to make something else completely. We never said, yes, it is bullshit, it's all crap, and we'll help you find a way to change it. Why didn't we say that? Are we that arrogant we can't admit we've allowed this monster to be created? And we've made a terrible mistake?
Come on, what does that say about the life we've made? That it's all shit? That we're mindless drones?
Aren't we? That's all we aspired to. A lousy, mundane reality. It doesn't look anything like this forest, but couldn't it? I had dreams. They were vivid and exciting, and it had nothing to do with spending 8, God, sometimes 10 or even 12 hours a day in a box, watching adults act like mean, bratty, spoiled adults.
We did what we had to do for them, for our children. Those boxes pay the bills. There's nothing wrong with the life we built.
Oh, God, Colin. You and I, our family, it's good. It is. I love our kids. I love you. But we settled, and not with each other, with everything else. We settled because we didn't know what else to do, and we didn't look for the answer. We were too busy. The problem got too big, and we thought we could vote it away or whatever other excuse we made.
What else were we supposed to do?
I don't know. I don't. But just because we don't have the answers, it doesn't mean that they're not out there. Someone has them. And at the very least, we've got to encourage the kids to be better. Not to be us, but better. I don't want them to just exist in the systems of our world. I want them to go Zigzag, and we've got to help them build something that works. I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to as the adults? Instead of just reinforcing the thing that's broken?
Zigzag, huh? Gaily forward?
Right. Do you ever play the piano anymore?
Sometimes. Not recently. I've been busy at work.
I loved listening to you play. Shouldn't have stopped.
Wasn't gonna pay the bills.
You don't know that.
Couldn't get up on that stage, Naya. I just couldn't.
She looked at him, and when Colin met her gaze, he couldn't get his breath. It is startling, scary even, when you see in someone's eyes how much they believe in you, especially if you don't believe in yourself.
Yes, you could have. Your fear would have made you better. It did make you better. It gave you presence. And when you forgot you were afraid, you were breathtaking to watch.
I wasn't ever unhappy with you. You know that, right? I love you, Naya. And maybe you're right. Maybe when you stop doing the things you love to do and all there is what you think you have to do, what's left? What happens to you?
You weren't the only one that gave up on their dreams.
I found your story. The one you threw away.
Did you?
I read it. It's good. It's really, really good.
Thank you. It wasn't going to pay the bills.
You don't know that.
Yeah. You're right.
Colin slowly looked around the forest. He could still hear the trees and their quiet songs. He swallowed the lump in his throat and drew his eyes back to his wife. In that moment, in a forest of colorful mushrooms and tiny glow bugs and singing trees and imaginary friends, she'd never looked lovelier to him. Colin grinned as an idea came. He held out his hands to her. Naya looked at him curiously, but she put her hands in his. Colin pulled her into his arms, felt the soft intake of her breath, and heard her little gasp, the one that comes from being pulled into a warm embrace.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Page 22.
The story she'd written. There was a scene. Naya laughed again, but this was a delighted, emotional laughter. She pressed closer to him and laid her head on his shoulder. Colin curled one arm snugly around her waist, pressing a little closer, and began dancing with her.
This doesn't happen to us.
Which part?
Dancing. In a magical forest.
And yet...
Here we are.
You may think the colors that suddenly lit up in the forest were some sort of magic existing only because Colin and Naya are in a world that is different from yours. But that is not why a simple forest with trees and grass and brush and uneven earth came to life. It wasn't magic that made the fairies feel safe enough to expose themselves to the humans, giggle quietly and watch. It wasn't magic that made the trolls stop arguing and come out of the shadows, or the dwarves stop working and open their hidden doors in the trunks of trees. It wasn't magic that made the bugs stop pretending they were stupid, turn their heads and smile. It wasn't magic that made the leaves and the plants and the moss suddenly glow in vivid, translucent rainbow colors. It was love. It was Naya and Colin's pure, utterly childlike expression of love. You've heard it your entire life, yet you've never believed it could do this. But it can. It can. Watch them dancing and tell me it isn't so. Love is powerful. It has a color, an energy like everything else. And if you thrust it outwards from that amazing alchemical chalice known as your heart, it can transform into anything. Anything. Even a world like yours. Soon, but not Too soon, the exhaustion of the day's events caught up with them, and the dancing turned to sleep. The tree that Naya leaned against earlier shifted, its roots retreating so the ground wasn't so rough, and made sleeping more comfortable. Naya curled into Colin, wrapping her arms around him as he wrapped his arms around her. The feeling they'd created didn't fade, but the lights in the forest did dim. They were trying to sleep, after all. It was only polite. All throughout the night, they slept tangled in each other's limbs, closer than they'd ever slept together, and deeper than either of them had in a very long time. Maybe ever. Only they knew such things. But as the dawn broke, they were woken by a terrible, terrible noise. The sound a unicorn makes when it's being captured. It is a horrific sound, a cry and a scream, and a fierce, defiant neigh all at once. Colin and Naya bolted upright, ripped out of their peaceful sleep. It was Naya who instinctively realized what was happening first.
Colin, I think that's the unicorn.
She sprang to her feet, and Colin was close on her heels. He grabbed her hand and they ran towards the terrible sounds. When they emerged in the clearing, Colin and Naya got the shock of their lives. The unicorn was beautiful. Strong and majestic, its fur black as night, its horn glowing the translucent colors of the rainbow. But it was in great distress. 2 gargoyles wrapped chains around the unicorn's neck and horns, viciously yanking it forward. A 3rd gargoyle held a flaming torch to the unicorn's backside, forcing it to run away from the pain. And while all that was horrible, it wasn't the cause of the utterly confused, frightened, disbelieving expressions on the Crofts' faces. Standing there, watching the gargoyles, smiling in pure malice, were carbon copies of Colin and Naya. Oh dear.
I hope you've enjoyed listening to A Fairy Tale for Adults. Please remember to subscribe, leave us a review, and share the story with your friends. To catch more of our original and...
Woo, buddy! We went on a quest to find the unicorn, and now they gotta save the unicorn. I found you, fucker! All right, voice actors, get in here. Get in here, get in here, get in here. I'm about to turn this microphone back over to Mr. Cox. I love having him here, because I don't have to do shit. Get in this after show channel, all you sexy people. And let me unmute everybody. Hope everything works. Delvin, this is your show. The after show, ladies and gentlemen, with Mr. Delvin Cox and the cast of episode 3. Yay! Delvin's still muted. I think he's crying. Wait, hang on. They can't hear you. 1 second. I know, right? That was so good. Now you're going to say it all over again. No.
I said all this amazing stuff, and now it's just...
I know, right? Now they can hear you. All right, talk again, Delvin. There we go.
Can y'all hear me?
There we go.
Bananarama.
There we go. I got sound bars moving this time.
Okay, perfect. I was saying that I was blown away by the episode. It was amazing. I think so far, this is the best episode. So much plot moved forth. So much happened. And it was just a beautiful, amazing experience. I don't want to be the only one to talk about this. Who else here has to say something about this episode? Because this episode was incredible.
Let's go, voice actors. Let's go, because I know we got a lot of stories to tell, especially like Tara and Rob.
Yes.
Yeah, and our singers and everything. And Lena, let me just tell you that Lena is amazing. Lena is our lead in Don't Look. So you'll get to hear Lena next month. You're going to hear a lot of Lena. But I crawled into Lena's DMs like on one random Tuesday, and I was like, hey, girl, you want to play an emotional pig? And Lena was just like, fuck yeah.
My favorite role ever. Being a pig.
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. There's so much that happened in this episode. It's just like the songs, the harmony. First and foremost, what was it like playing a pig? That is a wild role.
It's the best, especially because it's not just a pig, it's a pig princess. Who does not want to be a pig princess? But it was so much fun. Just whiny and sassy. Best.
How much fun did you have doing this role? When Crystal first approached you for it, what was your thought? Like, I'm playing a pig? Did you like,
I was so excited. I was just like, wait, a stuffed. Crystal said was, how do you feel about playing a stuffed pig? And I was like, dude, I was born to be a stuffed pig. I was so excited for that. So, but really, I just tried to pretend I was my own stuffed animals, and it was fun.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Actually, like, what is it like playing a stuffed animal for one thing, and playing a piece of somebody's childhood that's kind of lost and forgotten? I think that's one of the interesting threads about this whole episode. It keeps asking you the question of, do you believe? And it's kind of just like you, as the story goes on, you find even Colin kind of believing more and more, and then you kind of have him to come to grips with like, hey, this reality that we kind of left out on our childhood, that we kind of left behind, affects people and affects our kids and everything that comes with that. I thought it was amazing and fascinating, to say the least.
It's so cool. I think like it's such an absurd premise on paper. You know, like you think about it and you're like, oh, these sad, depressed, like stuffed animals and imaginary friends. But really, it's kind of heart-wrenching to think about. Actually, it's very emotional.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of funny because when I first heard this, the first thing that came to my mind, forgive me people, because it's a terrible movie, was Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Because that's kind of the plot of that movie. That is literally the plot of that movie, that Christopher Robin leaves and his imaginary friends become demented and become depressed because he's gone for so long, and then they start killing people. Terrible movie. But I really like the way this played out, and the way that Naya had to come to grips with what she'd done with her imaginary friend. And that was kind of a really sad story in terms of like, she had this person, because when we're kids and we have these imaginary friends that we care about, we love, we don't ever really think about the consequences of when adults tell us, you got to let this thing go. And now hearing the story on the other side of this imaginary friend that Naya had, cared so much about her that it's now it sacrificed itself because it just wanted to spend more time with her. That's kind of just a sad story.
It's the tragic backstory. It's the start of a D&D campaign right there.
It really is.
Yeah. I'm really happy though that came across, because yeah, it is hilariously silly, and we had a lot of fun picking out takes, because we wanted. I mean, Pixel picked out the most dramatic take from Lena, because she was like, "No, I need the pig to be really dramatic." But you don't think about it.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna play a dramatic pig, you gotta go all out.
Yes. You have a large standard to stand up to, like, Miss Piggy. She's the most famous pig, so you gotta rep it when you rep a pig. Peppa Pig.
100%.
That's another pig.
100%. But I love that it made people think about that too. Like, what does happen? What happens to your imaginary friends when we just stop talking to them one day? And how hurtful would that be? Like, just imagine your friends, like your closest friends in life, if you just up and one day just stop talking to them. Like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. So go find your imaginary friends, people, and tell them that you love them.
Yeah, and I think it's a fascinating thing, because when it comes to imaginary friends, a lot of times it's not kids' fault. It's the parent telling them, like, you have to give this up. You're a certain age now. You have to stop believing in these things. Like Santa Claus doesn't exist. The Easter Bunny doesn't exist. They tell you these things. And when that happens, it's kind of like you lose a piece of your childhood. Mm-hmm. So let me ask the room, without, like getting too dark with it. When do you think was the first moment that you kind of lost your childhood? Like, all right, I got to be an adult now, and I have to deal with these type of things. Like, Santa Claus doesn't exist. My parents told me, Easter Bunny and all that stuff. When was the moment that you kind of felt that?
Go ahead, Cass. Give us your sob story. We here for you.
Funny story. Mine's not a sob story necessarily, but I was in the 5th grade, and actually it might have been before that. I think it was 5th grade. Might have been earlier, but I went to my dad with a tag from Santa from last year, and I went, "This is in your handwriting," and he said, "No, it's not." And I said, yeah, it is. And I'm going to do a handwriting analysis. And that that is my
You're like
story of how I
Batman.
stopped believing in Santa Claus.
She said, I'm going to do a handwriting analysis.
How old were you then?
Maybe 5th grade, maybe earlier,
You were like, man, how did you do that? Like, I got you locked in. I know what you've been doing. You're gonna tell the truth and confess.
See, but it's great because then I became Santa Claus for my little brothers because they're 4 years younger than me. So I would get to like write them little notes, and I got to eat the cookies. They were my cookies now.
That's awesome. I like it. All right, who's next up to confess?
I don't know. I don't actually remember, to be honest. I guess that's kind of sad 'cause I don't really remember. I do know growing up, I noticed I knew my mom would be up wrapping gifts and stuff. So I think as far as Santa Claus is concerned and Easter Bunny, I don't know if I ever actually like believed in them. You would have to ask my mom if I actually did. Um, yeah, I don't know. I got nothing for you. I'm sorry.
It's understandable. I can tell my story. That I remember being a kid. I think I was 5 years old. I have a brother an older brother who's 5 years older than me, and he was the one who ruined it for me. He was like, "Nah, there's no Santa Claus. That's all BS. It's mom." Like, why are you telling me this? I'm 5. Let me enjoy my childhood. When you have a big brother, that they kind of do jerky things like that. Like they'll spoil Christmas, they'll spoil Easter, they'll spoil the Halloween. No, actually, they don't spoil Halloween. That's the weird thing. They won't tell you anything about Halloween. They'll let you believe the ghosts and monsters are there to eat you and stuff like that. But yeah,
100%. Hey, I was the eldest child, and I did not ruin things for my little brother or little sister. I just want to put that out there. That not all elder siblings are assholes. But I did try to kill him many times as a child. But anyway, go ahead, Pixel.
Hey, Crystal, what?
I was kind of the drama for this. This has to do with the Tooth Fairy, but I don't remember how old I was. I was really young, maybe like 5, 6, and I was home alone with my big sister, and I was brushing my teeth, and I guess I brushed a little bit too hard because one of my baby teeth came out and it fell in my hand, and I was so excited, like, yay, I get to meet the Tooth Fairy. But I guess in my excitement, the sink I was using, that middle part was missing, so you could just go straight into the drain. So I accidentally dropped my tooth down the actual damn drain, and I was so upset. I ran to my sister to explain what happened. She's like, "Tooth Fairy's not real. It's fine."
Wow.
Yeah. That's so sad. I'm sorry.
So much trauma.
Wow.
So much trauma.
I'm so sorry.
But like, I wasn't like immediately upset. I was like, "No, I demand evidence because you don't know."
I love this right now. Everybody's sharing their trauma in their situation. We found out one of us is Batman, so that's cool.
100%.
Oh God.
Go ahead, Rob. Tell us. Go ahead. Share your story. Rob's like, nah, I'm just here in spirit. He's like,
Rob's
nah.
gone.
Rob's like, nah. I can say, and this probably doesn't shock anybody, that this is why I'm failing so badly as an adult, is because I never really stopped believing in anything. I really, like, if you told me today that Santa Claus was real, I would believe you. I mean, listen, this is how Crystal's brain works. I was driving down the highway one day, not thinking about anything even book related, not imagination's not going, it's just a fucking highway, and I see that there's one of those electrical lines going across the highway, and I noticed that it's kind of low, and the first fucking thought that popped into my brain was, if a giant walks down this highway, they might trip.
It's a good point. That is a fair point.
My first fucking thought.
That is valid. Yeah, that's valid though. Like, that's
like,
not unreasonable.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's very logical.
there might not be Santa Claus, but we don't know. It's just because he's busy in Cars DM because Naya and Colin need to have their case tried. That's probably why.
I feel like that's relatable though. You don't want to end up being that kid from Polar Express or Colin You want to just be ready in case Santa shows up. I'm still waiting, so.
Like, just in case one day you are proven absolute and like everything these all just in case.
Yeah, you want to be like, yeah, I'm the one who supported you this whole time, not these fake hoes. Like that's the kind of energy you're going for Santa Claus.
Oh my God.
I love this so much.
Well, let me ask the cast this. I think this is important to ask all you. What was it like, and how was it like trying to get into these roles? The songs are amazing. So I want to hear about that process before we get to that process of each one of these songs, how these songs were made, and everything like that. What was it like, kind of preparing yourself to get into these roles? Because there's a lot of heavy stuff going on in this episode. I'm quite sure it might have even brought up a little bit of trauma. Like, hey, because they talk about dreams and things, not fulfilling the dreams and stuff like that, and having to almost grow up and settle as opposed to following your dreams. And I think that kind of resonates with a lot of people.
I guess for me, like these topics are things that I think about regularly. And I even address them in a lot of my own writing and stuff like that. Um, so like for Naya specifically, it was a slight challenge because Rob and I worked together on Legacy, and he played Andro. And so our relationship in Legacy, sorry, Delvin. Sorry. Pow, pow. But our relationship in Legacy is much different than in Fairy Tale. Like in Fairy Tale, we're an estranged couple, and so this is technically only the fourth voice acting project I've done. So I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I can like differentiate, because that's a fine balance, to have that nuance and be like, okay, we're close, but we're kind of not that close. It was a wild thing. So I did a lot of thinking on how I needed to approach that. Because both Naya and Reed are very sarcastic, I think, and I'm very sarcastic. So I had to figure out, how do I separate myself from these two, but still make them, feel authentic, like actual people. So that aspect was, like, early on was a bit of a challenge that I had to find a balance to. But as far as like the topics that are discussed, these are things I think about all the time. So that aspect was not really that difficult for me.
I just
I
have
will
to
say this.
interject very quickly on Tara, and I have to say that I think she always gets frustrated with me in sessions because I don't give her a lot of notes, and she's always waiting for me to tell her to do a line
That is
differently.
true.
But
That's true.
what Tara doesn't realize is that Tara embodies characters beautifully. I send Tara a
I can
script.
confirm.
Thank you, Zoe. I send Tara a script, and Tara just becomes the character. So when we're doing these takes, I don't have a lot of notes to give her because she just fucking does it right the first time. So get audio drama creators, directors out there, get you a Tara who will just come into a studio session and just become whoever it is you give her, because it's just fucking wonderful.
I was going to mention how Tara and Rob do such a great job with that synergy, and it melds together so well. It feels genuine, and that's what one thing I appreciate about listening to them two conversate with each other. It felt a sort of like realness to it, a genuineness to it. I think that's amazing. That, a lot of actors can't achieve that. So the fact that you guys can achieve that in the short time you've been working together is quite impressive.
I think
Can I chime in on that?
Yeah, I also think they must have been boos in like a previous life too, because
Maybe.
also Rob is also amazing, and he showed me his range playing Colin. And so I have to give a shout out to Rob as well, because I honest to God didn't think that Rob could hit the nuances of Colin the way that he does. And
Incredible.
so, yeah, he surprises me every fucking session. Every session, I'm just like, holy shit, Rob can act.
I mean, I know.
My favorite
I don't even know what to say to that. That's hit me right in the feels right there. I greatly appreciate that, Crystal. The only reason I'm really into the voice acting stuff at all is because Crystal gave me a shot as Andro in Legacy.
Agreed.
So I feel like I'm just trying to live up to that every time I get an opportunity to work with her and the people in this network, in this community. As far as acting opposite Tara, yeah, the relationship that Colin and Aya have is different than the relationship that Andro and Reed had, but it's very easy to act supportive and enamored of a character that Tara plays because, like Crystal said, like I will read a script, and if it's a character that Tara is playing, I will just hear her voice as I'm test reading the script, and I don't necessarily feel I'm acting as much as I'm reacting to the scene with Tara. I mean, I appreciate the kind words and the accolades and everything, but I still feel like most of Colin comes from working with and across from Tara as a character and as an actress.
Well, let me don't sell yourself short there, because I think you're doing a fantastic
That's
job
right,
as
Delvin.
Colin.
Tell him. Tell
Yeah.
him. Tell him.
You are doing a fantastic job as Colin. And what I mean by that is the fact that the way you play it in this way, where it makes you as a listener want to punch Colin and then hug Colin at the same time, because there are some elements of it where it's like, Colin, what are you doing? How do you not see what's going on and believe in it? Then there's some moments like, oh yeah, Colin's dealing with some trauma. I kind of get it, and he's kind of hurting, and he's kind of doesn't know how to grasp everything that's going on. He's kind of with the love of his life, but he doesn't really know how to express it. And there's so much things that's going on, and now he's in this mystical world. And he's starting to realize things that he didn't believe was true, but now he's starting to see is true. It's a lot of layers to this, and Rob, you're doing a fantastic job with it.
Well, I appreciate that. And one of the things I told Crystal when we got the script for episode 3 was that I was very appreciative of the arc that he was taking. I was hoping that Colin wasn't just going to be the one note, I don't believe this is all childish, rah, 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 like the entire run of the show. And when we got to see this in episode 3, that he was kind of having this mental break and getting away from the person he is and going back to more of the person he was, I was very excited by that, because I definitely wanted to show a huge difference between those two sides of him. And I don't think that the character of Colin comes off as effective if you don't have that difference, the two sides of the same coin there. I think if it just was a one note where he was kind of like the disbelieving foil the entire time, I don't think the character would have been as impactful.
I agree. I think you do just a good enough job to make people want to root for you. And I think that's important, because we want to like Colin. We don't want to see him fail. We don't want to, like, he's not Jorgen, let's put it that way. He's not a character that you're like, I don't know if I like you. He's a character that you want to cheer for. You were like, hey, we want you to get it right. So when Colin doesn't get it right, it's more like Colin, let's do this right. Let's do this better, as opposed to like, you don't deserve this. You know what I mean? I think you're doing a great job of kind of displaying that. I think it's real well written, and I think it's really cool so far.
I want that on my tombstone. At least he's not Jorgen.
At least not Jorgen. I do want to add that Rob does a wonderful job at playing the struggle, because that takes a lot of nuance to be like, no, this isn't real, and to be completely, cold or hot. He does a really nice job with, you can kind of feel Colin's mind going like, okay, I really don't want to believe this, so I'm just going to be, I'm just going to like throw a tantrum and stop my feet because I don't want to believe it. But part of me, like a really strong part of me, is like, no, this is actually real, So I really love how he is able to embody that.
I agree. He does a great job embodying the spirit of that and kind of bring you into this world. And like, I know a lot of people are listening to this and probably like some people probably relate to Colin a lot because they're like, I gave up on that kid stuff a long time ago. Then there's some people like us who kind of like, maybe we shouldn't give up on that. Maybe we shouldn't give up on our hopes and dreams. Maybe we should believe in dragons and wizards and Santa Claus and things like that. So I found that really interesting where the story's going so far. Let me ask the question to Hannah. I haven't talked to Hannah yet. What was it like putting together a musical?
It was. I got to listen in on a lot of the pre-production. Is that the word? But it was mainly Tara and Crystal that was putting it together, and I got to watch and observe, and that was so much fun to watch.
Because I imagine this is a big undertaking in terms of like sound design, because it sounds fantastic. Not only going into Tara's music herself, themselves, but the whole process of making it blend together with the voices and the acting. And that's hard. Like as a person who's done a little bit of music production, that's not an easy thing to do. So I am curious on how did you all put this together so well.
Tara is amazing. That is really all I can say. Tara is fucking amazing. So here's how this nonsense that everybody loved, which I'm so happy they love, started.
Tell the story.
Yeah, here's how this started. It was a joke. It was me just saying some bullshit because I found out that Zoe can sing. By the way, if you go to Zoe's website, she's got like this musical demo and you can hear her sing as well. We didn't get Daniela to sing, but there's gonna be like a Christmas special that Daniela just sings the whole time. And
Go to Zoe's website.
Hey, yeah. And then in the voice actors Discord, they just started ratting on each other. So I'm like, oh really? All of you can sing, and you're all in Fairy Tale? And I was like, okay, well then we should do a musical. And then so I said some bullshit, and then Tara, being the amazing creative soul that they are, sent me an MP3, and it was just a little demo. And it was game over after that. I'm like, well, now we're doing a musical. And then Tara wrote not one, two songs. So The Trees and that beautiful song with Colin, Tara wrote both of those.
Both songs incredible.
She wrote both of them. She wrote both of them. And so then we like picked the voice actors that were going to sing it. And we got into live sessions. And Tara was trying to figure out I'm going to let her tell the story, but I don't know how we did this, but we did it. Me and Tara this weekend in Discord, I'm sharing my screen. She's telling me where to move tracks on the timeline because we ain't got no sheet music. We're just listening and we're like, well, move it here. Let's see how it sounds, and move it there and let's see how it sounds. And I'm so glad you guys love it because I love it. It's an earworm now.
It is. It's so fantastic. Tara, I know you're super talented. Like, how did you come up with this music, and how did you just put this together? This is like the second song literally almost made me cry. It was so good.
Yes.
Just fantastic.
Success. Just playing.
I think I just trying to make me cry on purpose.
That's actually correct. I think did me and Crystal, I think one of us said something about trying to make you cry at some point.
100%.
We might have.
Always.
I don't know if it
We're
was about
always
this.
trying to
We
make
try
Delvin cry, like literally every time, all the time. Yeah.
But I do firstly want to say that I really don't know how to respond to the reactions because I just feel so deep about how everybody's responded to it. So I'm just profoundly honored and grateful to even have the opportunity. I think Crystal forgot. It was a little joke that she said, but the first thing I did, because I was laying down and then I just started humming a tune. And that's actually the first thing that I sent her. And then at some point later, I went and was like, oh, let me play some chords on the piano and do it. And then I sent her that. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was supposed to be a joke, Crystal.
She should know better than to send me stuff. She should know better.
I
than to
know.
just send
I
me
really
stuff.
should. I really should. But It's boy, where do I start? So she had not yet written episode 3 yet. So she didn't have the story. And so in my brain, I think maybe at some point I will. I had my own little scene how I wanted all of that to go. So I still might go do that separately. But I had to wait for her to let me know like what the basically like what the outline of that scene was going to be. Um and then she sent it to me and I was like, "Oh, okay. It's a tall order, right?" Because she officially asked me to do it. And I said, "Okay." I said, "It's a tall order. Um, but if I cannot do it in time, I will let you know in plenty of time so that you can go find, some royalty-free music to use." And she said, "Okay. All right, good." So I started brainstorming. I had the original idea, but I felt that maybe it needed to change a little bit. So I worked on just trying to do something simple. I'm not like classically trained or anything like at piano and all that. I've not gone to school for composition. It's just that since I was little, I would always kind of make music a little bit and I knew how to play the piano a little bit, but so my technical skill is really not that great, but I can kind of make people think I can play. But so I played something that I could play, and then I started like humming and writing, and I had to kind of rewrite what she had provided to make it kind of more musically make it more flow musically and lyrically and to tie it in with the rest of the scene that was happening. So then I was like, okay, what chords do I want to play? Okay, we'll do this, do that. So anyway, um it unfolded and I was sending her periodic demos. If you listen to the really early ones, you'll be like, whoa, that that turned into this thing. So I was really grateful that that happened, that I got it done. But then there was one point she sent something to the Discord chat, and I realized in the script it said trees were singing. I was like, "Oh my gosh, the trees are singing too. I have to make another song." So I was kind of frantic. That was like a Friday at some point, and then on my lunch one Friday, I was like, "Okay, let me think of something really quick." So I thought of like a really quick, like little 50s, like think, like oh, Sweet Charity or Grease or something like that. Like a little 50s bop in the hop sort of thing. And I made some words using what Crystal had provided, but I rewrote some things. And then I was like, okay, awesome. I got that song. And then I scrolled up and then I said, oh my gosh, there's like a whole other half of this. So I have to figure out how to incorporate all this. So I did a lot of rewriting and so I did that. And then also one night, Rob, it was about 2 hours, Rob, or something, where we kind of went through and he kind of told me about what he wanted to do as far as like Colin's lyrics. So we kind of edited a few things down and kind of went over a little bit of the pacing and stuff like that for what he wanted to do. And just a lot of constant um, rewriting and a lot of constant editing in my head. So while I was working my day job, I would play it on my phone and I would listen like to how notes were being sustained and did I want to increase the volume here, decrease the volume there, did I want things to fade out, blah 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 blah. Just a lot of just intense immersion in order to get it done because there was a point where I was like, I don't know if these people will be able to sing it because I just had this idea explode in my head and I don't know, I didn't know anyone's capability as far as singing. Um, and so that kind of terrified me. And then I was having computer issues at some point and it was just a lot. It's a really long story, but that's like the very short version. But I'm grateful to Rob and to Crystal for the support.
I think it all turned out amazing.
So good. So good.
A lot of this did have to do with us intentionally trying to make Crystal cry at some point.
Yes,
I'm
we did
scrolling
say
back,
that as well.
I'm scrolling back into DMs that Tara and I were having back into April about how we were envisioning, because we didn't have the script for episode 3 yet. We were just kind of envisioning how it might go and what kind of things we might encounter and how the whole unicorn thing might come through. And I typed her like, wouldn't it be cool if, and kind of laid this whole thing out, and she responds with, "This is such a great idea. It's giving me all the feels." And I said, I almost started crying typing it. I screenshotted it and sent it to Crystal. And Tara responded, "That's right. Make her cry. We'll make her cry during a live call. Even better."
So it's not just you, Delvin.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not just.
Oh no, yeah, it's a big conspiracy.
It's a team effort. I see it apparently.
But this
Yeah.
the music was just ridiculously amazing. Like when I got on the call with Tara and she started playing it and she sent me like the demo of what she had laid out and I had the lyrics, like as I was listening to it, I could hear kind of how it was going to go and what I was hoping Colin would be able to achieve by the end of it. So yeah, we had kind of worked out that whole, like there's that whole bring it home big finish moment where like the piano just kind of comes in really hard and heavy before Colin goes and hits the high notes. And it was well done. I mean, there was tweaking and there was, fitting the lyrics to fit the pacing and some words got cut here, some words got added there just to make everything scan right. But it was, I don't know how she did it. I wouldn't have been able to come up with anything like that, not even anything close. So just to have the wherewithal and the vision of the music to go with the words when we didn't really have all the words yet, and then making it all fit, and I don't know how they put it together. I honestly don't. But it came out amazing.
Quite impressive to say the least. I think it's an amazing thing, and for those who've been here since day one, since the Legacy days, you can see the progression as time goes on. It gets bigger and it gets better. Getting the voice actors that you knew then are better now. Then we add on new voice actors. And one of the things I do want to touch on is the narrator is always incredible. Like it is very
get her.
Hey,
difficult.
Right now,
you guys are incredible.
It's very difficult to, as a narrator, because Crystal's done it before, I've done it before. It's very difficult to carry a story and convey it on and keep up with the beats. And the fact that you do such an amazing job at it has to be commended. It's just so impressive, and as a person who's listening to these shows and hearing Crystal so long narrated, it's refreshing to hear somebody else do it and doing a fantastic job at it as well. So it's like, oh, this is amazing. It's great.
Thank you. I have a story though about about Crystal.
Oh, I want to hear this.
Well, you see, one time Crystal asked what our childhood stuffed animals names were, and my reply was something to the effect of, "I don't believe that this is for no reason, but here," and I think. I'm not positive, but I think that's why a certain Sparks the teddy bear makes an appearance in the show.
Crystal!
Because
diabolical.
If people knew how much I lit up when I saw Sparks the teddy bear, like, oh yeah, that's my people.
Crystal is mean.
I would say, how dare you, but
It's not surprising at all.
No, no.
I was reading
There's
through it. I went,
Crystal
oh
for ya.
no.
Before she
How
even
did that
wrote-
make you feel?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Go ahead,
Well-
Pixel. Go ahead, Pixel.
Before she had even wrote the teddy bear scene, we were just chilling in bed. We were both minding our own businesses. We were on our laptops. And she slowly closes her laptop. And I'm like, what's wrong? And she's just staring up at the ceiling. And she says, I have a terrible idea. And she slowly turns her head to look at me. and she's explaining the teddy bear meeting scene, and I look at her and I'm like, there is something wrong with you, and get out of this bed. I was so mad at her.
Can I just add that even as you were telling that story and said the line, and she said, "I have a terrible idea," you could hear her giggling through your mic. Absolutely terrible.
She is.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Crystal is horrible. We love you.
I would like to make a quick comment in support of Zoe's narration as well.
Incredible.
I've heard Crystal do narration. I've heard Delvin do narration, and I think at some point we all kind of quote unquote put on our narrator voice.
Correct.
To get that kind of stuff across. It's almost like you almost kind of pretend to pseudo be like the late night DJ, and you put on your narrator voice because you have a story to tell. And when you hear Zoe do her narration, it's just effortless. Like I don't have any assumptions or disbelief that this is not just how she talks normally throughout the entire day, and she just crushes people's feelings 24 hours a day as she's working. You know, she goes grocery shopping and the lady asks for change and she pulls her money out and she leaves and the lady just sobs. Like it's just this amazing delivery that it just absolutely feels effortless to do.
It's so beautiful. It's so soothing. Like, I could just listen to narration in that style forever. Like, it's great.
All of you are very delightful people.
But it's true though. Like
it is.
Daniela
It is very true.
So important to this story. Like she is the one that I think pulls the listeners in. She delivers notes that have to hit. You have to, feel something. So if, when we were listening to auditions for this, there had to be like a magical tone to this voice, and whoever was doing Daniela had to hurt us. Like when she asked those questions, do you believe? Where is your friend? Like your little inner child is supposed to be like, yeah, asshole, where's my friend? Like, that's what you're supposed to happen to you on the inside. And so it's just wonderful. Just can't say enough nice things about her. I'm going to have her play a villain eventually, but for now she's Daniela.
I think she's doing a fantastic job as Daniela. She is bringing us all into this story and kind of leading us along the way, and we're along for the ride. And I think one of the most important parts is the narrator, because it kind of sets the tone. And Zoe does a fantastic job setting the tone for this series and kind of giving you this whimsical world that you want to be in and you want to see what's next. And it's just impressive, to say the least.
And it really does rope you in. I feel like there's just this knowing, kind of winking quality to the narration. It's just part of Carstam. It's great.
Absolutely. And also, speaking of whimsical, the trees and calling being snatched up.
Oh, that was great.
When Rob did that yell, that was the funniest thing.
That took me
But
out.
also,
That took me out.
also, the trees though, they're all awesome. What was it Kay, Gav, and Ren? Fantastic trees.
I agree.
Zoe, please tell the story of Old
Fantastic.
Man Ren so we can
Oh,
tell everybody
yes.
why Ren got to be the
Everybody.
old tree. Because, so what you got, Ren also plays Ethan. So if you remember Ethan from the first episode, and you're going to hear more of Ethan next week, Ren also plays Ethan and then showed up. I didn't think he was going to show up with Old Man voice, and he did, and then he started singing in Old Man voice. So, Zoe, please tell the story because you ratted him out. You're the reason that he's in this.
I out because Ren is a very dear friend of mine. So we were in a musical, a virtual musical. It's Turnabout, an Ace Attorney musical. Yes, it is a Phoenix Wright musical. Incredible. Red plays
That is
Phoenix
incredible.
Wright. Somewhere along the lines, somebody had said that he sounded too young to play Phoenix, even though they are the same age. So he sent the first song, the entire first song, singing it as an old man, and this is like a 6-minute song. That has never seen the light of day, I don't think, except in our little group chats. But he was so excited to be Old Man Ren, and he is very excited to have this debut and show the world. Old Man Ren is the sole reason for me getting out of bed in the morning, I think.
It's a religion
I-
now. We support Old Man Ren.
We support Old Man Ren.
That's awesome.
I am utterly impressed by all of you. All of you have done a fantastic job bringing this world to life. I think you should all be commended for it. It's a team effort, and I think that it's just amazing how far we've come and how much more I want. Because like when I listen to the episode, I listen to this show in general. In my head, I imagine cartoons, I imagine cinema, I imagine TV shows, and it's kind of cool that you guys are so expressive. You all are so expressive. I can visualize everything that's happening. That just shows the quality of work that you guys are doing on this thing.
Yeah, you guys, you're doing so good. Look at us putting out professional audio dramas and shit.
Well, none of us would be here if it weren't for you.
You would.
That's
You're in a
right.
video game. Stop it. You're like I'm just waiting for the day that I have to talk to your agent to get you to do things for us.
Hey, remember how Crystal is in this really cool project that is not released yet, but will be coming out this summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that
I
called?
It's like
remember.
the only voice acting job
Oh,
I've gotten in,
yes,
like,
I
months
remember.
rough in
It's
these streets.
called
Could it be called Marvel Move? Marvel
Yeah.
Move?
Yes.
Wow.
That's it.
I have vowed not to work out until it comes out. I'm
You
just
know,
gonna
I
get fatter
think
and fatter
That
until it
is
comes
a
out.
great vow. I will sit here and not do anything until it comes out, and then I will exclusively listen to anything with Crystal's voice in it.
That's
Correct.
amazing. You guys are wonderful. I love you guys so much. Thank you for that. Thank you.
I wanted to share like a little tidbit or fun fact just because it makes me giggle each time I think about it. Near the end of this episode, that loud distress neigh from the unicorn, the description for that SFX, it said something along the and there was a video attached to this SFX, but the description said, Ginger the Clydesdale does not want to walk through the puddle.
Oh.
And and the video, look at this beautiful, huge, mind you, huge Clydesdale is she's stuck in her little barn thing. And out past the barn is this beautiful grassy field, really lush. But the problem is the entrance has a big puddle, which only really comes up an inch to her hooves. And she's pissed about it.
I can relate.
Just
Sometimes
a
you
little
want
fun
stuff in
fact
water.
Well, somebody got to put down a coat for Ginger to step on, and then she'll get into the barn.
That's a good idea.
I love these tidbits of sound design. There you go. Also, Pixel had a real fun time picking out the shaking tree sound for Colin. Like, yeah, I know that Hannah is having fun because you talk about my evil giggle, but I swear to God, I really am going to record her one day. She works on these episodes and it's dead silent, and then all you just hear is hee 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 hee, and you know it's lit. That's when you know it's lit in the sound design booth. That's when you know.
The one where he's like being viciously shook by the tree reminded me so much of someone like trying to get ketchup out of a ketchup bottle, like viciously slamming it. That's what it reminded me of.
That someone would be me.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
I'm just glad you didn't envision it like Hulk and Loki in the original Avengers, because that could have been an
Oh
entirely
my
different
gosh.
scene.
Yes, it could have.
He's not giggling. Bam, 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 bam.
You need God.
You need God. Yeah.
I love it.
He sounds distressed. That was that.
That was
Oh my
that was
gosh.
Tara's idea, by the way. Yeah, that was Tara's idea to have Gav, like, so those little lines about how he sounds distressed when the tree is just It was my idea to have the tree just randomly shaking Colin, because why not? Like, why aren't you giggling? Because, it's just something that I think a playful, child would do. You just shake it to see if it laughs. And, but it was Tara's idea to have Gab be like, oh my God, he's not laughing. Why isn't he laughing? Can you believe it? How rude is that?
And Gav said, he sounds distressed. I laughed so hard when I heard that. Oh, it was great. It was great.
It really was. It really, really was.
So I gotta ask, because people will kill me if I didn't ask. We got clones now.
What?
What is going on?
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal, when are we recording at?
Oh, we did record.
What?
Yeah.
We already recorded that.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't do that.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, we didn't.
Clones.
We did.
No.
We did words for episode 3, and then we did all of episode
joking,
4,
guys.
and then we went back
I'm
and
joking.
recorded.
She's joking.
It
She's
was a
totally.
joke.
I picked up on it, Tara. I knew it. I knew it.
See the amazing acting that Tara is capable of?
Tara's gaslighting us.
Tara is totally gaslighting us. I
You're
can't
gonna make
say.
Zoe walk into the ocean again.
Oh my gosh.
I'm throwing
She
myself
threw
into the
herself.
ocean.
Yeah.
Off the
You have
cliff.
to get it right, Rob. She threw herself.
Yeah, she
Into the
did.
ocean. Into the ocean. That's okay.
Into the ocean.
Lena will help me write scripts. It's okay. I know she will. Won't you?
I'll
Lena?
do it.
See?
Let's do
See? But you also
I'll
do get
insert the stuffed pig onto every page.
every page.
Yes,
Every page.
Honestly,
This
I would
I
love
agree.
that.
Princess the Stuffed Pig will also make an appearance in Don't Look.
Oh,
Okay,
Actually, that
would be
makes a lot of
amazing.
sense. You should definitely do that.
Clones. Yeah, what's going on? You got to come back and find out next week. Actually, you don't even have to wait till next week. You have to Sunday. We're doing the live
Sunday.
Yeah, the live listen party is Sunday because 2 of our voice actors are overseas. They're in different parts of the goddamn. Yeah, Gab is like in Australia and Raziel is in the UK. So listen, scheduling is hard in these streets.
international.
Yeah, we are international, which is amazing, and I love that so much. So we're dropping episode 4 early so I can try to get the whole cast here. And if Delvin's available, we'll get Delvin to host it again. And yeah. So episode 4 is coming early. Me and Pixel are already stressed about it, but we got this. We got it covered. We got this. She's got her Michael-based sound effects ready. And you'll find out what's going on with the clones. You'll hear Princess the Pig again. I'm really happy because now Colin is all in. He is all in on this, and I can't wait. There's some surprises with Daniela coming up, so I'm excited about episode 4.
Question:
Yeah.
how many more episodes we got left? Because I feel like I'm just getting in the
One.
stride of it. I'm loving it. One?
One.
Oh, I feel like this. I don't want this ride to end. Like, let's keep it going. This is amazing.
just one.
I mean, there might be a Christmas special. We'll see.
This
How
was
many Christmas specials?
Oh, apparently we're doing a lot, Tara. We're doing a lot of Christmas specials this year. Apparently, they
Yeah.
keep asking
You
me
gotta
for
do
Christmas.
Christmas special and a beach episode.
Full circle back to Santa Claus.
That's
I'm
right.
so excited for this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, but this was just a short story that I wrote like fucking 10 years ago. So that's literally what's happening at Tales. I'm taking all the shit that I haven't finished writing and I'm turning it into audio dramas.
Honestly,
it's working.
smart.
It's working.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps dragging me in.
All right, we're gonna keep doing it until it doesn't work.
Crystal,
Should-
I'm already DMing you ideas for a continuation of this story.
Fantastic. Thanks,
That's-
Rob,
that's
because
amazing.
that's what I lack, ideas.
I didn't mean it like that.
No, I'm teasing you. Please, no. But I love, you know what? I got to say this too. Like, Rob and Tara have been so much fun to work with through this process because they care so much about these characters. They're literally DMing me like ideas. Like, Rob was so into Colin's arc in this episode that he was like, so how's it going to go? I think it should go this way. And the idea of Colin getting snatched up by the tree, like, that was all Rob and Tara. Like, the short story that I had written, because listen, guys, middles are hard, it was up to the point where Nia and Colin go on the quest. And I had no idea what the fuck the quest was. I no fucking clue. I had the beginning and I had the end. And then Tara was like, I think it was one after show, they were like, well, yeah, Colin should just get snatched up by a tree. And I was like, oh, should he?
Brilliant idea.
Yep.
Just
You know?
say words and
Mhm.
then somebody does something with them. So just be mindful.
Mhm.
You know, if you don't want to do something,
Mhm.
don't say words
Mm-mm.
because
Mm-mm.
somebody's going to make you do something. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah, I want
you
you
don't
all
have a
guys to
choice.
also know that Zoe is an amazing meditation narrator.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
I didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not surprised by this at all.
okay, listen.
Listen.
Again, so we were in a studio session and we made a joking comment about Zoe's amazing voice, which we have all talked about
Mhm.
on this show, how we love, and that she should do meditations. And then Zoe made the mistake of, I didn't ask Zoe to do this. It was just the studio session was over. I'd gone about my business. I'd popped a gummy. And then I look in my DMs and there's an MP3 and it's labeled, "This is your fault." And it's 4 minutes of Zoe guiding us through this amazing, relaxing meditative.
joke. It
That's
was
incredible.
a joke.
It's not a joke. Zoe, you can't do things. And then she's going to make you
I
do it.
can't send things to
Yeah.
Crystal.
You cannot
Completely.
Yeah.
send things
It
to
should have been
Chris.
4 minutes of you blaming her in your narrator voice. That's what it should
Oh,
have
that
been.
is a good idea.
Should
I'll
have been
have to
4
get on
minutes of
that.
Crystal. This is all your fault.
This is your fault.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I thought it was going to
4
turn
minutes
into
of
something like that. But it's an actual meditation. Like I was like, oh, let me get comfortable and lie down. And I started visualizing. She added music.
I know.
She had
Oh,
ambient music in the background. Because I was like,
that's
oh,
dope.
she,
It would be
she
weird
said
just having
words.
me talk for 4 minutes.
I can add some music. And then I was like, no, she's already got music in there. It's great.
It's great.
It's wonderful.
It is wonderful. I think we
So
need to start doing like a session, like just a random, like once a month, where we get you all to just read the most ridiculous things. And like Zoe has to start it because I want Zoe to read something just wild in her just Daniela voice. Just anything. I don't know. The back
Honestly,
of a
I'm
cereal
here for
box.
it.
Oh, See, oh, you fucked up. See, now we're going to do it. See, that's it. You said,
and Princess.
I need to stop giving you ideas.
yeah. Oh, and Princess is going to do it. And like her,
gosh.
right? Can you just imagine the stuffed pig just
Oh, I
reading
love
you something in
Princess
her
Bear.
super
Oh my
dramatic voice?
gosh.
Zoe, I'm already
That'd be
Googling
so
the words
great.
to Jabberwocky.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
That makes me smile.
Rob-
Thanks.
Rob-
Thanks, everybody.
Rob
I
sent
look
me some
forward to
info.
hearing the things.
I also look forward to hearing the things. Yeah. So, guys, we
I-
did it. Episode 3.
Episode 3's in the bag.
Yay.
How everybody feel? Everybody's excited about it. Everybody's good. Everybody's happy.
I am.
Yes.
We got trauma. It's Zoe's fault.
Yeah. I have a question, and I'm going to pose this question to Delvin, who can then
Oh.
pose the question to Tara. But we have 2 beautiful pieces
What?
of music here. Delvin, what do you think Tara should do with them?
What?
Should we put snippets of the musical somewhere for people to just hear? Do you think it
Yes.
needs to be in the breadth? Okay, yeah, in the breadth of the episode, yeah. And should we be also releasing the instrumental versions? And how? I think you need to get in Tara's DMs and discuss with her how to do that because it's her music, and I will not use it until she gives me permission. I'm not putting it anywhere until she gives me permission to do so. I've already got it, so I can just sit here and listen to it all day. It's for the rest of y'all.
Okay, so I have to negotiate with Tara how to get this music out there, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
What?
I think I got this.
Okay.
What?
I don't know how.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to bribe Tara with Snickers or something like that.
Delvin. Did
Yeah.
I ever say I like Snickers?
No,
Did
I like Snickers.
I? Okay. Crystal put it in the wrong person's hands, man.
I don't know.
Wrong.
Lena, Zoe, help out. Try to get this music out into the world.
What about a bottle of wine?
I have not had alcohol in like 4 years. I'm sorry.
I'll talk.
Yeah.
to
What
her.
if I send you a guided meditation?
Now we're talking.
You know what?
There it is.
You know what?
Guided hypnosis.
Oh, that's a
That won't
great
work.
idea.
I can't be hypnotized. I'm one of those people that can't be hypnotized.
That is true. I am aware of that. That I do know.
Give me a week,
But
Delvin. I'll talk to her.
Delvin
Good job,
will
Rob.
have a chat with me, I imagine.
Yeah, but it is really beautiful music, and I want if people I just imagine like remixes on like YouTube and shit one day of Colin singing and the trees singing and being
What if I told you I would cry if you didn't release it?
Ooh.
You know what? This is going to sound really mean, but I'm sorry. It's just I have a niece and nephew that are almost 30 years old. So like they, and I have like six nieces and nephews. So
What if I
it's
told you my
like,
dog would be really sad?
That's a good one.
oh, I give him a bone,
I give
a snack.
What if Crystal was going to be really sad?
If you don't care.
Well, good. She deserves it.
That is the correct answer.
What if I send you a list of my favorite SFX?
Are we really negotiating like on the live? It's not going to happen on the live. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not gonna
Y'all gonna have
happen.
to. So
I will wait for Delvin to send me the message.
All right, I'm just gonna put her on blast real quick, Delvin. Everybody who wants to figure out how Tara can release this beautiful music, because I have the instrumental tracks, I also have the demos, I've got it all. But I can't release any of that until Tara tells me I can. So you should just send a message to Tara. Her email is actually on the website. If you're not in Discord, just gonna throw that out there.
I will say this: be respectful. That's all I got to say. Be respectful. I'm knocking at your door.
because Delvin.
I'll be knocking at your door. I don't play by team, so be respectful. That's all I got to say. Hey, just saying.
Yo.
Your boy can afford flights.
Oh snap! Oh snap! But yeah, that's. Go ahead, Tara.
Oh, I was just going to say, no, I do appreciate everyone. Y'all are lovely. Lovely. Yeah, episode 3. Crystal, how do you feel? Because didn't I message you about something? We still got episode 4 to do. But how do you feel after the hurricane that was episode 3 and getting it together? And you as well, Pixel. How do you feel?
You know what, Baby, you go first. How do you feel?
About this current one? This current episode?
Yes. Yeah.
I am, one, unbelievably proud of it. And I'm also excited for the future because I want to do more things like this where we just have fun and experiment with things we haven't done before. And I feel like the first time we really experimented with that thing, I feel like it went really well. I think it did, and I'm super proud of it. And it's always a joy. I need to throw it out there. Crystal, my lovely, lovely fiance, she is a joy to work with, an absolute joy. She's sweet, considerate, and kind of nutty, but she is great. She is wonderful to work with.
Love it.
I could
Will
not
we be getting
do-
more musicals?
I
I have
would
to ask that question.
Oh, that's a great question. I could not do any of this without Pixel, you guys. So if you are enjoying Tales, I could not do any of this without her. So I just want to.
Pixel's amazing.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
tell her that all the time.
I'm glad because she's the resident introvert, but she is such a wonderful goddamn human being, and I literally could not do this without her.
I agree.
None of it.
And she makes vegetables.
Oh
That
my
makes me
God,
happy.
she does. She grows vegetables. I am useless in the zombie apocalypse. If you need somebody in the zombie apocalypse, call her. I can write about that. Like, I'm like the bard in the zombie apocalypse, but Pixel can actually do shit.
You're the scribe.
Yeah.
Pixel's like an alchemist or something like that. She knows what she's doing. Like, hey, that's who you go to
Yeah.
for help.
I was actually just this morning. I sat down outside for an hour trying to pollinate my squash. The struggle's real.
More musicals. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there's going to be a musical in Don't Look, but there, and that's
That
what's
is the
good.
perfect
Yeah, I
thing.
don't
Perfect
think.
one,
I
that
mean,
musical.
although
Jake
Jake,
has-
Jake
Maybe
rapped.
cut the sound of screams as music.
I think we could, Lena. I think we could. And
That
I know,
works,
Yeah. Did
Lena.
everybody
It's
see?
contemporary.
Absolutely. Did everybody see Jake's rap, by the way? This is why I fucking love our community so much. Because as a joke, again, I was like, I don't remember who did the thing, but we thought we're just laying in bed one night. Nobody's fucking talking. We're just ideas. And we were like, you know what? The monster from Don't Look, his favorite song is WAP.
That was Bander. I think Bander said
Is that Bander's fault? Whatever. So we decided that the monster's favorite song was freaking WAP, right? So then my little fucking brain can't ever shut up. So now I'm spending time, because I don't have anything else to do, rewriting the lyrics to WAP so it's Wet Ass Pancreas. And I put it in the Discord. And then Jake, who has been like MIA, like, you know how Jake is. Jake just slides in and then Jake just like slides out. So Jake just on his lunch break just slides in and raps. And I'm just like, what the fuck? If you haven't heard it, it's in the Discord. Jake raps.
Our poor virgin ears listening to that.
As the monster, Jake raps.
That is impressive,
He
to say the least.
did it as the monster. As the monster.
As the monster. So, Alina, I kind of think we need to work this into Don't Look somehow. We got to figure it out.
I think so too. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's playing over a speaker somewhere.
Maybe.
That would be great.
I got nothing.
Only the lucky people who listen to the end for after credits scenes will.
Oh
There you go. That's perfect.
Yes.
Monster goes karaokeing.
It's a lot of karaokeing at Tales.
Yeah. I definitely want us to do more. I think I've learned a lot because I have the neurospicy, so I have time blindness huge. Pixel can tell you. I have
The neurospicy.
I got the neurospicy, so the time blindness is real with me. But the next musical we'll do, I'll definitely give Tara like months to compose things, and we'll work it out. But I want us to keep taking risks. That's definitely something that I want us to do. I mean, Delvin, you and I have talked a lot about our favorite shows and universes and how they get really stale and they won't leave the same fucking era. Nobody will take a risk anymore. And I think that we're really lucky here that not only do I have this amazing group of voice actors who I can just crawl into their DMs and be like, hey, you want to play an emotional pig? And they're like, fuck yeah. Or, like, hey, you want to do a musical? And Tara's like, sure, let me on my lunch break. Let me just write some songs real quick. So I think we're fortunate that we can take risks. So I don't know what's next. You guys let me know what you want to do next, and we will do that shit. I am down.
I think.
Let's do it all. Why not?
Yeah, that's the best answer. Let's do it all. Like you've amassed the Avengers of voice actors. So I think you just gotta roll with the punches now. Like, hey, you got them together.
Man, yeah.
Long as Thanos don't come and snap, you good. Just keep it going.
We'll figure out how to do some crossover universes.
Why
shit
would
like
you
that.
say that, Delvin, with Crystal in the room?
That is a good point.
Why would you say that where she can hear you?
That's, you know what? It's funny that you talked about the Thanos snap, but I'll save that story for another time.
Have you learned nothing?
Oh no.
Yeah, but we've got so
Mm.
Fairy Tale finishes Sunday, and I hope you guys love the ending as much as you loved episode 3. But I agree with you, Delvin. I think this was one of the strongest episodes because the story moved so much.
Yes.
And Colin had his amazing arc, and then we're gonna go rescue the unicorn. Hopefully, I'm knocking on wood. I'm cheering the Crofts on, and then we're gonna tell some horror stories. And I am told that I have to do Snarky, so that's next.
Yes, that is also correct. You have to do Snarky. That is the rules.
I have.
I want everybody to slide into Crystal's DMs at random intervals throughout the week, month, random times of the day to encourage her about Synarchy.
I'm just gonna send her pictures of the books I got, like her books. Like, hey, I own this book. Make it happen.
All right.
And everybody has to make it sound like it's an original idea that they just thought of.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Absolutely.
Hey, Crystal, I have an idea.
Sure.
Like that.
You should do an
Just like
audio
that.
version of those books you wrote. That would be cool.
I think
You know the ones.
I'm being such a goddamn diva about it because I wrote those books so long ago, and it's like that. Anybody who's creative can attest to this. You spend so much time doing this creative thing, and then it kind of collects dust, and it doesn't go where you wanted it to go. And I wrote them, and then I came back and got an editor, and we redid cover arts, and I put them out in the world again, and the response was kind of like, woo, but so, and now you guys want to do it as an audio drama, and I'm just like,
so this is your opportunity to be your own HBO Max to your own J.R.R. Martin.
I know.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's true. Snarky's going to get us canceled. I just want you guys to know that. So,
That's fine.
It's going to get us so canceled.
Well, I already hit 300 episodes, so I ain't got nothing to lose.
Thanks, so I appreciate that message. Thanks, so. But yeah, so we're gonna do Don't Look first. We're gonna do some more Tales After Dark shows because I like making Delvin uncomfortable. And yeah, we're gonna do some more of that. Snarky is big. Snarky is as big as Legacy was, so it's gonna take us a while to put that on. So while we're in production with Legacy, obviously there'll be Don't Look, there'll be Tales After Dark. We've got some tabletop shows coming up that we hope will entertain you in the meantime. Because Snarky's a big. It's a big girl. It's a big girl.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's fantastic too.
I'm chair dancing at the occasion we get to share Don't Look with everybody.
I can't wait.
I am
because your boy loves the horror stuff. So yeah. I'm excited.
That's coming really soon. In fact, I got to finish Fairy Tale, and then I got to finish up that episode 2 script that I teased Lena with.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for that.
I sent her the script's like 90% done, and I was like, here. So Don't Look next month, guys. So we go from this amazingly wholesome, beautiful story about Colin and Naya, and you guys will find out if Naya really is too good for Colin and she leaves him at the end, or if they rescue the unicorn, if Colin ever finds the goddamn car. And then we're just gonna go to poor Katie dealing with trauma.
I'm so deeply biased because I grew up with all the horror all the time. So I'm just like, yes, let's go.
Horror is my jam, like big time. So I can't wait. I'm excited. This is awesome.
Delvin, how do you feel? Because Delvin is one of our board members. Delvin is a huge supporter of the show. He gets to hear the exclusive shows as well, and I'll talk to him about that later. But Delvin, so as someone who has just been on the train, how do you feel about the shows that we put out? How do you feel about Fairy Tale? Do you have a favorite yet? Tell us.
They're all fantastic. Even the ones that make me uncomfortable listening to. Because,
That's right.
Yeah. But
that's right.
See, I'm turning red now. But they're all fantastic. They're all so vastly different from each other. And I think that is super cool that in your creative mind, you can come up with all these stories and they all work so well. And it's almost like its own universe that we kind of just get to play in and enjoy. And it's been amazing. I'm loving it.
I love that. I am walking pretty tall, even though I'm very tired. Because I love everybody in this chat. I love our voice actors. I love the community. I love the support you guys give me. But now Delvin, who was like, I don't know how I feel about musicals, was in chat. You guys saw him like, Colin, sing the damn song. And was like feeling it. And then yesterday, Dev, who was all like, listen, we are in this hilarious chat, me, Delvin, Dev, and JV, who plays Santa Claus. And Dev went on a whole rant, as Dev does, about how he don't like vampires. And then listened to our exclusive vampire show and now is all in on vampires. So we're winning here at Tales, you guys. So good job to everybody.
I'm so excited for that too. Vampires are a lot of fun.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, I can't wait. I got to write the damn thing, but I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Did you hear the snippet, everybody? That snippet tells you alone is how great it's going to be. Like, we're in for some amazing stuff. I'm excited. You all should be excited too. This is going to be great.
Let's go. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up then. Let's start with the amazing Zoe. Please pimp yourself out, or we'll do it for you, and you don't want that because we'll just keep talking for an hour.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, I guess, hi. You can find me at SoTatoPotato on Twitter and on my website, which is in my Twitter bio, navasha.card.co. Also, you should wishlist Starcrossed on Steam. That's STAR-CROSST.
because that's Zoe's video game that she's in, which is
Hey, remember Marvel Move?
I know. It's amazing. I also need to give a shout out. I see you, Zoe, to our Keepers of the Tales. They are our membership peoples who have subscribed. Alex, Dean, and Aaron, thank you so much for being a part of the Keepers of the Tales community. Your support helps me do things. So thanks a bunch. Tell your friends to sign up for our membership so I can pay Tara to write more music. I really, really want to do that. But we need people to sign up for a membership. So tell people to sign up for a membership. Coming in June as well, really quick, we will be giving the ability to do gift membership. So if you want to gift a membership to somebody, you'll be able to do that. We've got an RSS feed coming out, so you guys it'll be easier for you to listen to our exclusive shows and ad-free shows and blah, 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 blah. And if there's anything else you want me to add to the membership, because I'm a bomb-ass web designer, just let me know and we can get it added. So there's that.
Should add Tara's music.
She's gotta tell me I can add the music, that I can add the music. I'll just make that shit play as soon as you land on the page. I'll be annoying as shit with it. I don't give a fuck. Okay, Lita, the stuffed pig princess.
Well, thank you so much for having me on as a stuffed pig for this adventure. It was so much fun. Role of a lifetime, I swear. You can find me at Lena Garcia VO, and you can hear me on My Amazing Woman and a couple other podcasts. But definitely tune in to Don't Look when that comes out, because you don't want to miss it.
Don't look. Rob, who actually was so excited to be here, did some schedule work stuff so he could be here tonight. I'm so happy that he got to come. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me and my co-host James Hatton, who was also in Star Wars Legacy, over at somethingcast.com. We are a pop culture podcast that has been going on. This coming July will be 10 years. 10 years. Yeah. If you told us 10 years ago we'd still be doing this in 10 years, we would have thought you were giving us a gypsy curse or something. But it has been an amazing ride, and we have met amazing people through the podcast. Only a few who are, in this chat right now. We met Crystal through Twitter and podcasts and everything, and here we are. So, yeah, go check us out over at somethingcast.com.
Absolutely. Tara.
Hi, my name's Tara. You can find me at talesoftheforgotten.com. No, seriously, my email is on there. My public email is on there. You can also find me in the Discord on occasion. What is it? TRULYGEN.
Yeah.
And you'll see a picture I took as my little Abby there. That's where I'm at. I mean, I'm on quote unquote on Twitter, but I really don't get on there much anymore. So it's probably a little bit easier to ping me in the Discord if you actually want to speak to me. No weird stuff, because I just block people. I don't even ask questions. So there you go.
And just remember, I can catch flights. So
That
don't say nothing
ready.
crazy.
That was ready to fight people. Believe it. That was ready to fight people. I'm also ready to fight people. So I will help Delvin fight.
I'm also ready to fight people.
Oh
So
shit, we're all ready to throw down. I know Zoe's ready to fight people.
yeah.
I know
I'm
that.
always ready to fight somebody.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Daniela and Princess Pig have to jump somebody for some reason.
Oh my god.
It's
yeah.
a
They were
Good
jumping.
with Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I can picture the stuffed pig trying to cut people with their little tiara.
Daniela and Princess Pig as mafia enforcers.
1,000. Now I have to write this spin-off
Now there's a
series.
side
Just
story.
out for bashing knees him with bats.
What if they're just yeah, that'd actually be really funny. They're like private detectives or something.
I feel like I'm gonna end up
Without
dying.
morals.
Hilarious.
It's Princess Pig wielding the bat while Daniela just scolds them in that amazingly soothing, guided,
Film noir crime
exactly
drama.
guided meditation voice.
What? See, and I know Lena's ready to fight. Her last name's Garcia. Like, you know Lena's
Oh my god,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
ready.
facts.
Shank people with my crown.
Getting better every minute.
Oh my God. Delvin, thank you so much for being here tonight, for hosting this session, for being the amazing interviewer you are. Please tell everybody where they should be listening to your show before they listen to us, actually, because I think they should.
Nah, you can do it after. But you can check out.
Delvin, please plug yourself. Please. For
I'm
once.
going to plug myself for once. You can check me out on the Delvin Cox Experience anywhere you get podcasts. Also, check out Justice League Mortal on Dial Up Movie Cubs podcast feed. They have a 4-part series called Justice League Mortal, where I play John Stewart Green Lantern. And I think I'm pretty good at it.
Absolutely. Tara is in that. Rob is
What?
in that. I'm in that. Like,
What?
yeah, y'all should definitely be listening to Justice League Mortal.
Crystal's the narrator.
Yeah. Narrate that. Yeah.
And Delvin said, Green Lantern's light. You got to say that. Oh,
I said no.
he said it.
It's so good. They've got another. Dial Up Club's got another audio drama coming out as well. Nightwing. Yeah.
Nightwing.
Broke Twitter when he went to cast for that, which was
Yes, he did.
hilarious.
Yeah, he
He
did.
really did.
Also, I have been harassing him
Uh-huh.
to make a John Stewart one.
Yeah.
And he says it's on the table.
Yeah. Well, I'm not only the narrator, but I'm also Black Canary. So tell him I want my own show too, goddammit, or he's never playing another Star Wars villain.
Goddamn right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Vera Wen does not like the tone of that voice.
I know. Well,
Gloves
yes,
are
right.
off.
I said you didn't play no more villains. All right, you guys. One day there'll be more music for you. We are so happy that you were here tonight with us. We are so happy that you loved episode 3. The best way for you to support this network is to please spread the word about it. Tell everybody to listen to one of our shows, because like Delvin said, we've got so many, they're going to find something they like. And hopefully they're like become a super fan and they like them all. Make sure that you are rating and reviewing it on Spotify or Apple, wherever you listen to. If you haven't done that yet, please go and do that. Word of mouth marketing is great because we don't have any marketing people. Me and Hannah are very good at this, but we are very bad at marketing. Delvin is always yelling at me about marketing, but I'm very bad at it. So please help us spread the word about these shows, word of mouth. And make sure that you review and subscribe and all that stuff. Just go and listen to it right now. I know you just heard it, but just like play it in the background while you're doing stuff, just so we get the downloads and it pushes it in front of more people and the blah 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 blah. And that's it. We'll be back on Sunday for the conclusion to Dude, Where's My Car?
That was a movie. That was indeed a movie that existed.
And I'm still mad about it. All right, you guys. Till next time. Bye.
Later.
Thanks, everybody.